disconnected, come back in,
Oh,
okay?
Oh,
it says
cool. It's
live.
cool. It's
Okay,
cool.
now we're
Oh,
live.
we're
Okay.
live.
All right, well, hello, everyone. It is Clown College.
The
We
button
are
is
here with
up.
Jusby. We're here with Jusby the legend, Jusby the Clown. So we are here for a lesson. So Jusby, take it away.
Unbelievable, you clowns. Hey, I watched last week's Today, so I saw you guys, and I'm fresh up on kind of the thought about gags. Let's see, but I have a huge warning about chasing prop comedy. And some of you are already crafters, but the ensuing accumulation of this may come in handy later. This is sort of funny. I don't know why. It'll take some manufacturing to make it what I want. Be advised. You need to curate that collection, or you're not a collector, you're a hoarder. So, speaking from experience of people, I'm now at the point of going, I think I have that thing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's been broken 20 years, but now I'm going to try to fix it because it finally came in useful. Anyway, so I wrote notes about what you had just been talking about last week, the money wand. If you want to pursue that money wand, you need a spare credit card and just cut out the little the code that operates the swipe thing, or that operates the tap part. And you can stick it in anything. I've seen it a lot. If people put it in the back of a juice thing that they just bought and then put that in front. Your juice bought your juice? What the heck? So then the little part of
So
your
the chip, you just put it in anything you want, and you can have that be your shtick.
yeah. It doesn't need to be the plastic card.
Wow.
The only important part, you would know this, right, Ed? Yeah, that plastic part is irrelevant. That just fits your wallet.
Wait, can I go back to the hoarding props thing?
Yes, of course.
Well, okay, this is actually really real because, okay, so when we get props for each video, I could accumulate them in the studio and then have them all, but I have been getting rid of them because otherwise you take up mental space and all this kind of stuff. And I agree with you that we could curate our props per the video that we're doing, and that would be kind of a cleaner way to go than to just accumulate a bunch of props that had no meaning.
Well, yeah, you can curate instead of throwing out. If you're like, I'm going to revisit the topic of bananas in any context besides going bananas or whatever. Yes. When you take your energy and you put it somewhere, it grieves me to have you be like that. But I know that some of the props, that I have around here are just part of a prop, and that's the problem. Partial props accumulating like craft supplies.
Yeah, props kind of are craft supplies for the clown.
Yeah, and like I said, some of this recent year, I like revisited a prop. I'm like, for a long time, I've felt scared about changing anything and taking a risk, but it's not really worth anything monetarily. So, man, now it's a prop. Yeah, and I'm going to bring it into circulation. So I'm going to show you some of my props as we go here. But I did want to mention that maybe you'll get what I mean about accumulate. I'm scratching the surface.
Okay.
Now you talked about stickers.
Where do you keep them? Where do you keep your props in your prop locker?
It's trouble. And that problem has not yet been solved, but I am in the middle of doing this show where a select number of props are important. Also, I do these gigs where there's maybe a different subset that are important. The rest need to go out of sight, out of mind in the garage, hopefully, or whatever the back burner is. It's not really anything that you need to be like going, oh no, it's still simmering back there. No, that's not the back burner we want. We want the deep freeze or some other long-term storage facility where things that you can't realistically think you're going to address in the next 6 months or so.
Well, it's true that when you have too much stuff, you can't see the stuff you have, and yeah.
You got to keep a clean workspace, and you clean the scene when you show up somewhere. I've made the mistake, and I've seen others where the show is cluttered. Yeah. And so be the clown and live the clown, and those props got to have intention, meaning, purpose, an arc, something. They've got to have with the life cycle, right? They got to have supply chain accountability. I have so many times the tiniest prop that I think is really essential, and then the moment of truth comes, and I can't find it because I'm hyper, and I'm like, I know I put it in the pocket, but my hand can't feel it. It's still in there, and it just doesn't come up with that prop. It must not have been that important to give me such a heart attack over these little things. So props and gags, there's your warning. They can take up your mind space.
What did you do with those pow bang boom signs?
I left them with you because you said that when you have barbecues, you like to have props, and so you had like a place you put them.
I don't know where I put them. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
also, Jusby, wait, hold on. You're wearing an astrology shirt?
Yeah, I did that on purpose because I don't know what those mean, and I wanted to have my critique about the idea of making those out of balloons. Not going to happen. In my mind, I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think you can do that.
I have made Taurus and Gemini out of balloons for sure.
There's a few, but when they're not attached to one another, you're like, well, stick it to something, and then you can believe it, but you can't carry it.
Oh, ye clown of little faith!
It's a challenge. I say you can't, and you say I will.
Let me do my thing.
But I don't even know what they are. So,
where'd you get that shirt?
Scorpio, maybe.
Yeah, that is Scorpio.
Like I'm already drawing like
Aries.
Rabbits. Oh, I hate this so much when StreamYard won't do that. But I'm drawing rabbits. I want to see if I can
hairspray.
Get more freeform with them because I've been watching these balloon people and they're twisting things in weird ways, and I love the idea of shifting the eye that way. But it's the most sadistic thing I've ever done because they get tortured, they pop, they come back to life only to be popped again. It's a mess. It's very squeaky. I have to go to a different room to do it, etc. So we'll see. I love the throwdown.
I don't want to get sidetracked into a balloon lore and whatnot.
Carry on.
I mean, that's totally it. I should have saved that for the end. My personal opinion on the glyph, probably not going to get the effect you imagine. Maybe. All right, let's go back. At one point, I went to a clown convention, and there was an entire workshop on stickers. So the idea that you're giving out stickers is a whole thing. You can spend your time. You got a roll. It goes. There's a whole thing about stickers. We don't just have to be like, I'm the machine that issues stickers. The same with balloons and we're not transactionally with these stickers. It's a token of our interaction. Oh yeah, sure, I'll take it. So anyway, stickers are worthwhile.
I have to mention that I have a sticker phobia. It's my only phobia in life is I hate stickers.
Yeah.
Which I'm so glad to hear about. You would have gotten a ton of them. I did meet a 13-year-old, and I felt like that person needed their own kind of stickers. But I get what you're saying. This is about like connection, not about like distribution or whatever.
Yeah, like how many stickers can I get through in an hour? A lot. If you that's your motivation. But if you're like sticking them to you, and then anyway, there's a whole workshop on it. I didn't lead the workshop, but I don't know, maybe I have notes on it somewhere. But I want to tell you about gags. Let me show you some gags here. So you guys mentioned rubber chicken. This rubber chicken has been gimmicked. This rubber chicken has a pull tab tongue. So right? So inside I've got some Velcro in two different places, but I needed this chicken to be this gag, this squib, a blood squib for my show. So I've got a couple of those. I'm not going to pull the one out of this one, but this is Wilbur. Wilbur's got a little pee-pee that can be pulled out about 3 feet. And I'm going to dirty him up so he doesn't look like exactly a squeaky clean bath toy. It already has some smudges, and I was like, maybe you should be a little more realistic with mud, and that would camouflage a little bit that very bright red pee-pee you got going on there. I also have this guy. This guy is Angus McBurger, and he's been gimmicked as well with this little A, which is his name, right, is a pull. And inside it goes all the way around, and it is a finger tied. So when it comes undone, it's like it'll be very gruesome when I do that. And that one will require the finger knotting and putting back in again. I was reading this book about a magician, and when he got really famous, a big part of his job every night was resetting the props, like push all that stuff into that small, okay, push all that stuff in, push all that stuff into that small space, and then we show up and amazing. Yes, because I shoved it down in there that whole time. So anyway, so there's 3 of those. I'm going to have more of those in my show.
So you call that gimmicking props? That's a thing. That's a thing clowns do, is like take props and like make them movable and
add a trick to it
into a gag. It is a gimmick. It would be, I guess, indicate the moving piece, a secret changey part, so that whatever happens. I didn't find my bang gun, but a lot of those are, if you don't actually have one before you say I'm going to make one that says a special thing. You have to consider the size of the fabric and then attaching it to the hardware that it comes with, or making a whole one from scratch. The wheel. Have you heard of it? Well, we could invent one.
Wait a minute, I have a question here.
Yes, okay.
How do you intro these things? Like, say, all right, you have this rubber chicken with the tongue, right? Like, how does it flow from whatever you were doing before to this gag joke to something else?
Okay, well, in this particular instance, I'm in a show. I'm playing this character of a dragon going around to animals and sort of interrogating them, seeing if they have a joke. And even if it's funny, he kills them. So that's the premise. The first, and he's taking his little baby daughter around. And let's hear from Angus. Get in my belly. Let's hear from Henny Penny. Get in my belly. Let's hear from Piggly Wiggly Wilbur. Get in my belly. So, yeah, context is important. Here's a gag that has many contexts, though, because that I can use for sharpening a pencil.
You look like Jack Nicholson right now.
Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that.
I know.
So, did I show this at one of these before?
No.
Okay, maybe I brought it to a party, but that is empty, hollow plastic, and then those are wood chips.
Nice.
And this doesn't get any sharper, but it does make a mess.
Did you invent that?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Which is weird, for an invention, because there it is. I just hacked open a hole in it. It's not gimmicked very well, but it's gimmicked where I can hold my finger to plug it up. And depending on the size of wood chips, of which I've experimented, I've even used regular pencil shavings or glitter or confetti. It will either, gum up the works and come out slowly, or dump a whole lot.
Wow.
But, from that, then I'm cutting anything. It's totally sharp. Your head is made of wood, blah, 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 blah. This one travels into lots of different contexts.
Wow. That's cool. I love that.
No one needs to die for that.
Or get bloody even.
I know. How many squibs do you bring? Ooh.
Wait, what's a squib?
Well, I'm calling it a squib because in showbiz, it's like a blood charge that bursts. But these are yarn, right? So a yarn squib, a clown squib.
Oh, so a squib is like actually fake blood that bursts?
Yeah.
So if I get stuck with these balloons, I can use yarn and hairspray and just bring that back and be like, I did it. Et voila.
You can make the signs out of whatever. So this, I don't know if this reads from a long way away, but this is a cornstarch.
Wow.
Just a regular cheap, these are empty, of course, hollow tube. So I had to go in there and sort of, I don't know. I jabbed some holes. This is maybe the first or the second one I've done to try to get to, hey, is it going to dump out of here all of the time? Do I need to have a little plastic wrap around it? should I put, I don't know, different things, race or whatever, and I think that side of it, I just slid it open, so I didn't cut the whole open off thing.
Is it a
And
cigar?
that, of course, a lot of it could be anything. A lot of contexts for that one.
So you smoke that thing?
Generally, I mean, I guess you can make me question myself. I go like this and I go like that. Yeah. It ashes. Ha ha.
Okay.
If I'm feeling extra, I have a vape and I'm like, blow smoke. But that's one extra layer to fooling people.
Can you tell us one example when you used it? Like, in what context did you use a cigar? Have you used it in a thing?
Sometimes it's really a throwaway gag. Like, I find an already lit cigar in my bag in between while I'm working on other stuff, and I just take some puffs on it. Like I'm taking a little smoke break, and I don't draw a whole lot of attention to it.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my God. Or, I could do a fire effect and make it go big, and like I'm starting it up for the first time. Giant.
I got a huge lighter. I could light your cigar sometime. Straddle has a huge lighter.
Big lighter, a big strike anywhere match. There's lots of fire gags that could go with this or with a lot of other things that are cool.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want to smoke a cigar, it's like the baby just got born. Congratulations, whatever. Hey, the secret word today is hormoibles.
I love that.
Oh, I see. Like if it was at a baby shower or something. Okay.
As in, she lost hormoibles.
Do you have a bag or something that you have all these things in, like Mary Poppins, and you're like pulling them out, or?
I have several containers that I could bring. I could bring a backpack, a bag, a trunk. Yeah, I guess those are the three main types. There are several types of bags and several different colors and shapes of backpacks, and even a couple of different kinds of trunks. It does depend on how many I'm bringing, because I can put this in the vest pocket, a cigar.
Yeah.
Folding fan, right? I got a whole bunch of routines about folding fans. You've seen those, right? Yay. Some of them make a loud clacking noise. This one, a true fan doesn't split in the middle of the act. Pull yourself together. Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow. Did you make that?
No, this is a factory-made thing that I ordered. Breakaway fan or something like that. So yeah, I saw you looking online, like, look at the cool toys they have. Careful, little kids in candy shops, toy stores. And like, I need this and this. I could make a whole thing out of this. First make the whole thing and then add in only the props that are unique to you and essential. Otherwise, you get a lot of hackneyed things that were made in China anyway, or something like that. But whatever works for you. Could be.
Well,
fun.
I think since this troupe is like a video production troupe in a lot of ways. I mean, not that we can't do live events too, but I think we'll have time to make props for the video. Like Hagatha made the boom pow signs for that video, and I made the huge Lego for the Lego video. So I think, we've always made props for the per the video, and I think that works very nicely.
Oh, okay. That does remind me. I got another little content warning for later on, though, that I hope I can get to. That I may say some things that you should not take personally and get defensive about.
Okay.
Noted.
Well, warn us before you say them.
Yeah, remind us we agreed to that.
Is that okay? The grain of salt is you don't have to ask me back, and I'll be like, "Hey, how you guys doing? Like, you want any more insults?"
How's the clown supposed to learn?
Are you going to give us critiques for our videos?
I mean, maybe, but sometimes I'm like, it would have been even better if, and then I think, darn, that's just blowing smoke. That's just whatever hobbyless behavior. Next time I would like to, or something. There's some kinds of. Do we see there was something we learned along the way that we're taking with us? Not that video is bad, or we should take it down and redo it.
Yeah.
Because criticism is hard to bear, especially if you're like, you're right, I could have.
Well, you know what Kaizen is?
Kaizen?
Do you know what Kaizen is?
Kaizen?
Yeah, it's the Japanese philosophy of constant continuous improvement, and that's what this crew we work on Kaizen. So like we don't take down videos, but we do like to improve all the time in every little way. So
Kintsugi, put some gold in the holes.
Oh, I love that.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. As clowns, you might repeat that mistake on purpose.
Exactly.
As it were. You're like, that really sucked for it to happen to us for real. But in retrospect, it does look funny. Too bad it happened to me. You talked about the wand gags. I've seen those. The little breakaway one, sure, bloop, and the giant inflatable one. That's classic. I've seen that going on 20 years. The brick. Do you want a red brick? No. Do you want your bricks red? That's a joke.
Yeah.
This one already is red breakaway fan. You had ninja stars. Were there ninja throwing stars in that one?
I don't think we made a throwing star, but we had throwing stars on the lighter we used to light his thing. Yeah.
Got it.
But that would have been cool, like especially Stardoll throwing ninja stars. Like
Yeah, in the future
stars.
you'll have your custom for more than just one video thing,
Yeah.
because they're stars.
Yeah.
And you talked about having dolls made of yourselves. Oh my God, this is Olive and Dingo, who are celebrity clowns that had this done, and each one was unique because they're all scrap-a-doodle and they're hand painted and so on. If you want to get into merch stuff, this is some of the highest quality that you could ever expect. For people to be like glom onto you and go, "That's my Star doll."
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could. So I'm copying them as far as have a T-shirt, have a coloring book. That's very good. And you were saying, oh yeah, there's a different thing about videos that is we maybe are not utilizing, and that is the fact that you can get really close up. We do not have to do oversized. You could do all kinds of get the magnifying glass and force the perspective inside their phone or whatever. So yeah, go ahead, make it smallest, or you can do optical illusions. Trompe-l'oeil, to use the French. Glissant de trompe-l'oeil.
What's that mean?
That's my clown. The beginning of my clown name, Glissant.
Yeah, and then
Slippery.
trompe-l'oeil is the trip of your eye.
Fake eye. Yeah.
Optical illusion there.
Yeah,
Snakes in a can. I have a couple, one of those at least still, that I don't use a lot. But my gag with it was, I wanted snacks, not snakes.
Pringles.
Well, there were some of
I
these
do
things
look
that I
at
thought,
Snakes
Yep.
in a can. What is snakes in a can anyway?
well, they're springs, and then
Yeah.
they're covered with, so they're tubular. They don't, maybe the fabric sometimes could have snake patterns, or maybe they don't care. But
They're
because
like
they come
pressure
out, they're
fit.
long like that,
Oh, Andy has one.
and if they have, yeah.
Whoa!
And if they have a double bottom, then they can have a rattling thing. So you have the rattling snake part of it. And yeah, those are just solid colors, but some of them have a snake mottled skin fabric on the outside. And
We use these in the Cherry Bomb video.
Oh, okay, right
and
on.
you could totally make your own, very small or very huge, as long as you have physics on your side when you start playing with springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of these things I have the props, but I'm not having them right with me. The big coins, I collected some of those at one point. You've seen them, right? They're this big, and I had several denominations, and I think I have 3 of them, so I can juggle them. They behave more like rings than balls, right? Because of that dimension. I'm not really good at that, so I don't do that, and they clatter and so on. But the other gag is if they're in my begging bag or my tip jar or whatever, I can say, no small change.
Oh, interesting. We don't want to use your jokes, but
Please, if they expand and, people, I've heard that before. Yeah, I stole it from Jusby. I've heard of Jusby.
Yeah.
Totally okay. I mean, I should attribute the Angel Ocasio for the 8 balls and the 9 balls, or some of these other people. But, if you asked, some of them are classic things and some of them are mine, but nothing is mine so much mine as like the pie. and how I do the pie. Totally, you can do pie in the face. I will do it a very particular way that I don't know that it would offend me if you tried to copy exactly. I just don't think it would be worth it to copy it exactly.
Yeah.
Not exactly like stand-up comedians stealing exact jokes. You still got to sell it. No matter
I saw
what.
that you had applied pie plate merch item that had a labyrinth on the bottom of it. Is there
Beautiful.
something that's
cool.
like particular about the labyrinth to you and pie throwing?
Yeah, the combination of those two things coming together was quite lovely. I was going through lots of different pie pans, and occasionally I would come across one that was a high quality pan and very shiny, and I would collect it. And I maybe wouldn't use it because it was so nice. And they would be sort of like these collection plates or altar pieces or whatever. They start having this, I'm not going to get it dirty feeling and whatnot. And I don't remember the exact moment of thinking I want the labyrinth on there and what I want the labyrinth to say in the center. But when it all came together with me buying blanks and driving them to the laser place, I was very much like, oh, I got this thing that isn't round at all very much. And I probably only made 5 or maybe 10 of them, but I think I have one left I could sell. Anyway, yeah, the labyrinth. So my whole pie thing about like finding yourself or being in a liminal space or whatever is similar to that. And in the center of the labyrinth on the pie pan, it says, "This side toward face." So,
Interesting.
and
I love the idea of making clown merch. Like,
right?
I made chapsticks with Stardol on them. That's the closest I've come to. Or actually lighters too. I've made things for. I have Stardol lighters because you can buy like things to put on lighters.
I want to start a lighter.
We're doing really good because did I drink caffeine? I don't know. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say about the pie pan. It also hangs on the wall like those plates that you hang on the wall, and it's very reflective, so it could be used as a mirror, and you could be like, see yourself in it. And my next batch, I still don't know. I've thought of the number pie in a spiral. I think you have that on the wall, that kind of a thing. Yeah, the lighter.
Chapstick. It's chapstick.
Oh, chapstick.
That's cool, Andy. Yeah, totally cool.
So, big visual jokes. You went through a whole section and you pulled from the book, and those are very English language centric. And it is a little bit classist to be forcing this intellectual, brain challenge to a person to be like, oh, haha, it's a brown E. And then all you have is this brown E or pan of brown E's over and over and over. It's a thing that I've seen in the parades and whatever. Sure, it does. To me, it's you've got to put a context and reason and motivation in part of your character to do a lot of these. The dad joke puns. Sure, I feel like they're not really standing on their own, even though you could have them on a shelf and they would stand on their own, and that's the problem. They do all of the work. So your character's arc needs to have more context with, on the nose, easy peasy dad joke that I shove in your face. Look at this, ha ha ha! It's a thing that sounds like that other thing. If you grew up where I grew up and experienced those same things with the language, if we're speaking the same vocabulary, but if somebody wants free brownies because they're hungry and starving, that's not the joke you do at the camp where they're starving refugees. So, and Zed, although this also is some hack and low-hanging fruit, you might get some value out of for thoroughness, the iPad and the Apple phone and all of that. There's a lot of anything and Apple anything type of jokes.
Oh, that's a really good idea. Like an Apple phone, but it's an apple.
Yeah,
it's awful.
It's a huge apple, like an Apple phone, or like
it could be okay, I guess, but it's been thought of because that company's been around and those things have been happening and clowns have been going, I got you an iPad for Christmas. It's already memeified.
When I was a kid in the 80s. I really wanted an Apple IIe, but we couldn't afford one. But that was like the computer, and my sister literally put an Apple in a box and wrapped it up for me for Christmas, which I thought that joke did not go over well with me.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, so it is classist to pretend or whatever. Unless, you're the clown and you just totally like it, you're fine with that. You're cheapskate, you don't know any better. I got this Apple phone, I can't hear a damn. The worms are telling me, etc. Whatever. There's a way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, that's cool.
Tread lightly, that's on already covered ground, I guess. The firefighter clown you mentioned, and there is an established routine about Save My Baby. I don't know all of it. I seem to remember Olive and Dingo doing the Save My Beautiful Baby, and they throw this baby that they catch, Save My Ugly Baby, and then they it's pretty elaborate. I don't know why we talked, because if anybody had firefighting costumes and they wanted to go a route, why clowns putting out fires or saving things. It's classic.
Is that a thing?
There are clown volunteer firefighters. There's like clowns associated with firefighters that go to their picnics, and then there are clown firefighters, but they don't dress as clowns for fire.
Yes, and they also have Sparky the fire dog.
Yeah.
What about rodeo clowns, though?
Yeah, what about them? They're tucking into bed night because they got early mornings.
They're tough, man. Rodeo clowns.
Yeah. Right, because they're in like dangerous situations and entertaining people at the same time, and the people seem like they would be kind of far away from the clowns, so they have to. Yeah, they're not going to have a lot of props, hopefully, because that'll be out on the field too. They're going to be very physical and goofy and play at a distance, parade style or circus style. People talk about them a lot, and I'm like, I haven't really researched the funniness aspect, but we try to keep away from the bull and jump into the barrel, I guess.
Well, I do think it's interesting to talk about the anatomy of clowning, because it's like, okay, so clowns exist in a lot of situations when there's like hard things going on, like high tightrope that scares you, people driving in motorcycles in a circle, it scares you, and then they have a clown for comic relief. Same thing happens at rodeos. It's like scary people get thrown off a bull, they break their leg, all this stuff, and then the clowns come out for comic relief. And like that's part of why we started clowning at the Moyer Press, is because we kept getting in these like high level dialectic discourses in astrology where we were kind of doing like high level repartee, and then we're like, all right, let's put some clowns in here to keep it light enough that people can digest what's going on. Like, I don't know, I feel like clowning is it breaks tension, and I feel like that's rodeo clowns are partially for that.
Yeah, I saw some clowns at a circus recently that felt like it was not as funny as I wanted. It was just, killing time in between motorcycle things, and other things are changing around. It's okay, but that wasn't I was like trying to imagine myself doing that guy's job all the time, going, I'm not quite as developed as whatever cerebral as I want. Whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we could go off onto the taxonomies and the different clown families. I'm about halfway through, so that's pretty good, and we'll get to the part that you need to be warned about. But here's something I really would hope that you will look into and look up, something that is called the periodic table of magic. I don't know if you've heard of this thing.
No.
So it'll have things like, appear, disappear, penetrate, destroy, reconfabulate, all the different types of stage magic. But, as a person that's giving myself goosebumps, like like in role playing, I think of a clown as the bardic character. And so they get spells as they go up. You get some craft that takes a bunch of your time to put out there like a spell.
Yeah.
That creates this magical effect. And even if you know how it's done, doesn't mean it's not magic. All right, that's the part of these tricks. and the different types of mentalism, different whatever you want to concentrate on, and even as astrologers or whatnot. So the periodic table of magic.
So that's just a different list of like ways to do magic.
Categories of magic.
Oh, interesting. We should look at that next week.
And to me, I think it fills up the same amount of space as a periodic table of
That's
elements.
cool.
It's like quite a bit of them. And like,
does it have explosive components?
It could be, yeah. Some of them, you could say, hey, this would work, but only if you have some hint of those types of things. But I've got a number of magic books, and magic is not necessarily my thing. They do make twice as much as clowns or whatever, and they dress better. No, they don't. They dress formally, that's all. Boringly. Yeah, but seriously.
Magicians are hot, let's be real.
If you can do card tricks, if you have those kind of...
If I'm looking at the right one, astrology is on this, but it may not be what you're referring to.
Yeah, there are a couple, and even in Wikipedia, there's kind of a branching thing, so you can say, oh, yeah, these are things I might expect to see at a magic show. What would happen if I did this in real life? And I broke something apart and put it back together, and people were like, cool, you did that. Yeah, I'm able to do that repeatedly. Now let me do it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Or, personal gain or whatever. Seduction.
Cool.
I posted a link in the chat, but I doubt it's the same one.
Thank you for that. Still, it's one of them.
Maybe you could post it in the Discord under the Clown College.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's right, though.
Anyway, keeping it fresh and present and authentic, not rehearsing, is not the best.
Wait, so we should rehearse?
Yeah.
It should be second nature, basically. All this stuff, and then the room for failures and stuff, and the way to recover and know that what types of failure are catastrophic and not is by going through a lot that are not catastrophic and one or two that are.
Wait, what's a catastrophic failure in clowning? Missing the face with the pie?
I have one from life. Our car broke down, so we started to ride bikes, and it's like 90 degrees here, and it just gets so hot. And so my husband and I took a bike ride, and we came back, and I was like, that's an A for adventure, but a D for atmosphere.
Nice.
Got room to improve.
Yeah, I would have to agree with the practicing thing, because same thing as a musician, right? People don't want to go to your shows and you completely not be able to play your songs or mess up all the time. I've seen performers like that, and who just are like, oh, let me try that again. Let me start that again. Oh, it was the most awful show. And not entertaining. But when you are good at your craft, then you can improvise off of it, and it's good. So it's still fresh because you're still improvising a bit, and it's still live,
And you can fake authenticity. is one of the things, though.
It's really true.
Is this idea of having beginner's mind, but also, the adult in the back is like, I'm pulling the ripcord when I know it should be pulled. Because you're like, I can't wait to see what happens when I hit the ground. Let's hit the ground slowly.
Yeah.
Making hard things look easy and easy things look hard, whatever. Yeah, we've got that zine coming out. Is that zine coming out soon? Oh my gosh, that looks so cool.
It's coming in the mail. We found,
The mail, okay.
Did you see the OG one? This was the first.
Oh.
So good.
Okay.
That was the first issue, and then Andy's got the second one mocked up and at the printers, right, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and the second one has even more of a circus vibe. It's awesome.
It's the Jupiter and Leo version, yeah.
Yeah, that looked incredibly awesome.
Jusby, your entry into the zine is so good.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I
We
can't
have
wait
to
to
go.
see them.
We have to go order them, right? Or send you a note.
Yeah, I'll let you know when they arrive.
Yeah.
And how much they are and stuff.
Okay. I don't know. I was going to say some of the things I did since I saw you last because I
Oh
did.
yeah, that'd be
I
great.
did. I did go to the Kitsap walk around thing up and down the riverfront for multiple hours. It was not as well attended as I think they wanted, and it did conclude with some heavy rainstorm. But I had a good time, and I got a lot of freebies from people.
Freebies? What kind of freebies?
Wait, they were all
You're
freebies.
vague.
No,
Were
there
there?
weren't all freebies. There were some freebies where I interacted with booth people, and I got a tie-dyed T-shirt, or I
Oh, I
got a
love that.
I went over to the gem booth, and I was oohing and awing, and they said, "What's your favorite?" And I said, "Labradorite."
I love that.
Boom. What
Yay.
color? Well, I already have this greenish. Oh, how about boom in my hand, the purplish one. I found a comb on the ground.
And a comb.
I don't know. There was some saying, some temporary tattoos, whatever. Kitsap.
Any freebies behind the porta potties?
Hey.
We did the monkey around. I went to Cirque du Sade. I did a birthday in Damascus. That was a last minute thing. And the guy was not necessarily wanting to give me the deposit because he didn't know me. I'm like, okay, man. But he paid in cash when I was out. We went to the clown picnic and the barbecue. I've got this Shores Gone Country in Ocean Shores, Washington coming up, a country music festival. I'm kind of spooked out. I think I have like 5 hours, up to 5 hours worth of stuff there. And I'm working on my one clown show, which has been consuming a lot of me and making me a lot of fun. But I wanted to talk about pies. We did that a little bit. I want to talk about remote clowning too, since we already are doing that. There is a market and a value in that. And just like I was saying, you just see this box. That's your whole palette there. That's anything you can squeeze in there. Hopefully, you don't have to walk around with the laptop. But if you do, know what the laptop's going to see when you start moving around. You can put on a show right there. Bingo, bango. You already knew that.
So when do
You're making
people
videos.
get hired to remote clown, or like when does that become applicable?
Oh, a singing telegram in Seattle that I don't have time to drive up for would be a good reason I would do that, or some shorter things are things I would do. And I've done them where that person is there and it's like a call and we can banter. And I've done them pre-recorded, so there's
That's
no,
cool.
and I can edit and just do that. But
Oh my God, the Moira Press could record Zoom clowning like videos for things like if there's a transit, we could all get on and record ourselves and send it to certain people. Like that would actually be rad.
I imagine there could be an only clowns, but I'm only kidding.
No, but I'm serious, you guys. Like on certain transits, we could.
I love that. I think that's
Zoom,
awesome.
record something and then have it go out. Like that's actually amazing.
I used to work at Daniel Smith in Seattle, Washington, an art supply store. And one of the people that I worked with would constantly get on the PA system or start these voicemail trains where he'd send a voicemail and then ask you to forward it until I think the vice president's assistant got one. And then.
Yeah, right. We could just. Oh my God, that's a new idea. Yeah. Okay.
That's gorgeous.
So that was I know you mentioned bobbleheads and redoing them. So this is a custom from Bumper, who retired and dumped a shit ton of props on me that I had for so long.
That's beautiful.
A car door with wheels on it and all these stuff. But very vintage things I got. So if people know you're entering clown and they're exiting clown, you might wind up with things. The top banana. Just that. The clown is not a comedian. But as we know, even some really good stand-up comedy has gravitas. So there's this both of like it's about something, it's real, and then we're laughing because it hurts so bad. That's like, yeah. Right. And then I have the try to have a tough skin part, but
Wait, clowns are not comedians, so they're not. How are they not comedians?
The gravitas.
What's gravitas mean?
Like a seriousness that's worth paying attention to. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jusby.
Oh, well, no, I'm saying that that is the word that I mean it to mean. What I mean is that although we are not comedians just telling jokes, that diminishes comedians a little bit because they have material. If you stick with their whole 30-minute set, right, you got the gravitas. You're like, oh, that's what it is. I'm laughing along the way to deal with these things. So a clown can do that. Comedians can be clowns and vice versa, I guess.
That was really beautifully
But
described.
sometimes there's the naming and the irritability. I definitely know a stand-up comedian who was very upset to be called a clown.
Interesting.
Like, okay.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like that, comedians might be offended to be called a clown because
They might be offended to be called a clown, and
about unseriousness.
yeah.
Hmm.
And a clown might accidentally want to only put on the good side. They might want to be like, I've got these jokes. I'm here to make you smile and laugh. Only that's my main thing. And I just got to go doing that, being a joke machine, being a comedy guy. Haha, look at me, I'm a clown.
So you're saying the clown does more than just make jokes. They also get sad and they do all these other things?
Absolutely, yes. All those entertainers, all those bardic characters, they run us through the whole wheel of different emotions and types of things we can do. So whatever, name calling gets you nowhere if we call you clown.
What is it? Roberto Benigni in Life is Beautiful felt
Oh my gosh.
right?
Yes.
Just,
yes.
oof.
So good, so good. Okay, so have a tough skin and a firm resolve that your deep belief and commitment to this work won't be negatively affected by what I'm going to say next.
Okay.
For an extremely broad swath of the global population and the gross majority of those with advanced degrees, especially medicine, law, and the hard sciences, astrology is a joke. So take a breath. Take a breath.
Oh my
That
God!
doesn't bring astrology down. That does not bring astrology down. That brings jokes up. There are a lot of jokes about astrology, and not many of them were written by competent astrologers or whatever, but you would know the phrases that could veer off and turn into weird things that are pseudo sounding good, like astrology. But you're already putting a target on yourself if you go in there as astrology type clown or whatever. That's not serious work. That's silliness.
So that's actually a good thing. It's like we could joke about being that's kind of part of why we're clowns, is because it's like people turn us into these jokesters anyways as astrologers, so we might as well just be clowns too. Like that's actually part of our clown troupe, is like we're just like, we know we're a joke to you. All right, here we are.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's say like that's the most common perception of astrologers, are as not to be taken seriously, or as clowns. So it's not the first time we've heard that.
yeah.
Well, I also like the idea of being unhireable even to clowns. And really, like, that's why the glyphs crack me up, because it's like you're really trying to sell this astrology to the clown community.
You can't.
Yes.
Da, 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 da.
So I don't want
That
you
was
to
brutal.
fall into this trap of becoming a proselytizing clown on a mission. You don't have a ministry of making more astrologers, do you? Knock, knock. Do you have a minute to talk about your conjunction function? We don't convince people overtly or explicitly into our philosophy, no matter what our philosophy is. We don't convince them. they convince themselves by what we do in front of them. It seems like either a good idea or a very bad idea.
Well, and I do want to say that our target market is actually the astrology community already. Like
Exactly.
we're clowning for the astrologers. We're not necessarily going out to try to make astrologers, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess Stardoll could do all. I mean, I'm speaking for my own clown. She could do all kinds of things and go to corporate functions and things.
Yeah, I wish I knew some of the terminology enough to get you started right away with what do you get when you put or three blah blah blahs go into a blah blah.
Oh, I
blah.
love
You can do
that.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Aries conjunct or something rising, whatever. Go into a bar, or these things are in a plane jumping out, or what do you
Oh, I
get when you
love
cross this sign with something else and whatever. This I'm totally right.
Or like, how many Geminis does it take to screw in a light bulb, kind of thing?
There's
Or
always-
you've
How
got
many
an
Virgos?
astrologer. You've got an evolutionary, a traditional, and an horary
Yeah.
astrologer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so funny because it's like the most ridiculous niche thing. It is like the smallest sliver of a niche to be like, oh, an evolutionary and a horary astrologer meet at a bar. Like,
Yeah, but we could write a series of jokes like that are astrology related.
oh my god, that would be
You'll
so
probably
funny.
find
Right.
that your community does have that in there. They maybe aren't using the word clown, but they know the jokes
Uh-huh.
because they know the language.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
there's-
did do try not to laugh episode. Sorry, Jeezy.
Well, I also think it's more like selling clowning to the astrology community than selling the astrology to the general population.
I don't know,
Agreed.
not to be too graphic, but I think there's a gaping hole where Michael Luton was.
Oh yeah, interesting.
So
He was an
there's
astrologer.
nobody to put on shows. There's nobody to, crack everybody up. So the astrology community we know seems ready for a prank or capers or clowning.
Michael Luton was this really eclectic, interesting astrologer who did all kinds of weird stuff, and he passed away.
Musicals and interpretive dance. I mean, when you say be careful not to alienate people, I'm like, uh-oh, now I got to add interpretive dance to my astrology clowning.
Yeah. I think the question for our troupe is, where are we going to be allowed to clown? Like we've talked about at the conferences, that we couldn't clown in the conference, but we could clown in the parking lot outside. Like we've kind of tried to figure out where we could get in and clown,
There's always like the silent parade you can get started for clowning.
I was just gonna dress up as Z0 for the Moira Press table.
That's awesome.
Are you going to do that this year?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my God, interesting.
I've got a final little bit here about what we might get into another time or a type of topic. Anyway, I've been doing parts work, internal family systems, shadow work sort of things, different types of therapies where characters come out. And so now instead of only being, as I always was, just be in a conductor hat, there might be an actual character with an actual name. So I've got a pirate. I've got this guy who's the immortal, the chef, Yabbit Howe, who's kind of a private eye. Dutch Treat is my burlesque. The driver is this character that's not only chauffeur, but the roadie. Baby Duckling was one that I first started with through therapy, going, I'm a guy that imprints. And I get like this. I'm like, Baby Duckling. Salty Dalang, which is the ancient Indonesian puppeteer who's actually first clown. He's the last one that had so much extra power. A country guy, Tex Massage. And a mad scientist, Dr. Double Oo. But part of that discussion is like, hey, how does clowning help my real world? How do I bring clowning out into different places? I do that whole thing too with these guys. These are different parts of my personality.
Beautiful.
And they all
like, how is clowning therapeutic, kind of?
Yeah, they're different abilities, weaknesses, gags, tools, and you're just like, oh, well, I got to be my clown, but not my grumpy clown. I got to be a bounce back out of it clown. I got to be something else.
Well, so a few things about that. One is that sounds like a great topic. I mean, would you guys like that topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Second thing is,
Personality parts, something.
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
the way we would extrapolate that is each astrological chart has several aspects of personality in it. We call them aspects. And I think we could actually develop clown personas for each of our aspects in our chart. And that could be something very, like a great storyline for our clowns. Is like my sun Mars, like, is an aggressive clown, and my Venus Jupiter is a party clown, and like things like that. Like we could actually develop those parts to our aspects.
I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And some of that can ride in your heart that is not super explicit,
Right.
but the body and the sound is like, well, that's a cool, well-realized character with a motivation doing a thing. Because I know, it's my whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. I got a bunch of notes for us for next week, you guys.
I'm
All right.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, and I had a friend that sent me buy me a coffee, and I realized I was like, I needed money right now. He sent the money in. They took 9%, and they said it won't be ready for a week. And I was like, well, that's all right. There's some money waiting over there for me. But if you want to tip me, there's other ways than buying me a coffee.
Feel free to put that in the private chat. Just
let us know.
I'd be happy to send you something.
I give you my Venmo. It's just
do that.
easy,
That's a good idea.
Everything is Jusby the Clown.
There we go. That's so handy.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Jusby, thank you so much for doing this. This was wonderful.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I
thank
love
you.
how you're so prepared and you have so many ideas for us. It's really like being in college. So
Very good.
we'll see
Very
you
good.
next month, and maybe we can do the clowning as therapy thing.
That's right. All right, and I'll touch base of watch what you're up to in betweens.
Thank
All right,
you so
everyone.
much.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.